Welcome to Markets and Matchups, your weekly dose of finance and footy.
We'll start off with a wrap of the markets and then go into our footy chat over the week.
Quick reminder, don't forget to get your tips in for the BPC footy tipping comp. Bragging rights and prizes are on the line.
Your wrap up of the markets for the week. So despite midweek declines, major indices remained up for the week. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq both rose 0.4%. The Dow climbed 0.2% and the Russell 2000 gained 0.7%. The two major events in the week, so the Consumer Price Index for May rose 2.4%, slightly below expectations, while core inflation stood at 2.8%. Late in the week, geopolitical tensions escalated as Israel conducted airstrikes against Iranian nuclear facilities. This development led to a surge in oil prices and a shift in investor sentiment towards risk-off assets, contributing to the decline of the US equity markets on Friday. Okay, locally in Australia, so the Australian market followed closely to the US as the ASX 200 touched a new record high early in the week, then fell back slightly, ending the week slightly lower. The Australian dollar weakened to 74.7 US cents, reflecting broader risk-off sentiment. Quick commodities update. So copper prices faced downward pressure due to concerns over demand, particularly from China, and ongoing global trade uncertainties. Crude oil prices surged midweek due to concerns over potential supply disruptions from the Israel-Iran conflict, with Brent crude peaking above $78 per barrel. However, reports of Iran seeking a peace deal led to a sharp decline, with Brent settling around $71.47 per barrel by week's end. Gold saw increased demand as a safe haven asset amongst geopolitical tensions, briefly surpassing $3,400 per ounce. As tensions eased, prices retracted slightly but remained elevated. Mirroring gold's trajectory, silver prices experienced a midweek spike before settling lower as market anxieties diminished.
This week's wins and losses, round 15. Man, some pretty interesting games over the weekend.
Yeah, some good games. What do we start with? Let's go Dolphins, Cowboys. Mate, what a hiding.
Right, that was embarrassing.
What a hiding. Did you watch the game though?
Yeah, I did. I was watching the first half, and then I think I went downstairs to grab a glass of water or something, and I was chatting to mates on the phone, and then I come back upstairs and about like 18 points had been scored in like a span of 5 minutes.
Man.
It was in like, I don't know what the Cowboys were doing. I watched the second half and they just couldn't do anything on the line. Like they were kicking the ball out on the full. Some of those Dolphins players, but
Mate, those Dolphins, they're Herbie Farnworth, he's a gun.
oh, he's such a machine.
Jack Bostock, 4 tries.
Yeah, how weird's that?
Mate, crazy. When was the last time someone got 4 tries?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the last time I remember someone scoring that many tries was like Josh Adekai got 5 tries in one match, and that was like 3 years ago. That's when he was at the Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Like no one's done that.
They look all right though, Dolphins.
Promising team. See, it's all about if you can keep the form consistent.
They're sitting like middle of the table. They could make top 8.
Could make a push.
Could definitely make top 8.
Could make a push.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if they do make the 8.
Next game, Roosters, Knights.
Very low scoring game. It wasn't really that entertaining in my opinion.
Not too much.
Pretty
going on
weird
there.
because you've got Dom Young playing for the Roosters, which was his last game because it was already confirmed he was going back to the Knights for this week. So he's playing for the Knights this week. So it was really weird to watch that unfold. And then the last dying minutes of the game, you got a front rower picks
Bursting
up
through.
off a James Tedesco offload, breaks the fullback's ankles and scores the match winner. It's just a really random thing, but yeah, pretty average game other than that.
Did you, who did you pick that game?
I picked the Roosters, and the Knights were winning when I
I
last.
think I did too. I don't really back the Knights.
No, the Knights have let me down way too many times.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Rabbitohs Dogs.
Oh, good game, wasn't it?
Very good game.
Good game.
Entertaining.
Good running ball. It was kind of a game of 2 halves though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really...
Dogs dominated first half. And then Bunnies kind of made a late comeback, but it was all too late in the end, wasn't it?
I mean, that comeback only happens when you get 10 in the bin, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the game getting called off from like the Storm as
Yeah,
well.
man.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Doggies just showing
Their
why
class,
they're
yeah,
first.
exactly.
It's just what happens. But yeah.
They just run the ball so well.
I don't want to like jinx them, but like they're in really good form, and like I'd be very surprised, honestly, only if there's an injury to one of their star playmakers in that team, any key position. That's the only way I see them really losing in the finals. Like I don't see any team beating
Knock wood. Or do we want them to lose?
them. No, I want to knock wood for they took Galvin. No, not
Okay.
knocking wood. No, I hope they get jinxed. Oh well, I don't go for them.
Sharks, Dragons. Good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I had my, tip scared there in the first half.
Yeah.
Sharks losing at Shark Park. I was thinking, please,
Not again.
Just don't let me down. And then their forward pack in the second half, special star man, Adam Fennell-Blake.
Oh, he's a gun.
He is an absolute powerhouse of a machine. Like his horsepower that he brings to that forward pack is insane. It's what led them to win in that second half, in my opinion.
Got me good fantasy points too.
Me too. Traded him in. Sorry, Paynehouse. You're
Did
out.
you?
Yeah, I had to get rid of Payne. Yeah, I mean, 84 points later, and I'm happy as I can be.
Did right.
So
Yeah.
can't complain.
Good form. He just needs to keep it up. I think he's a big part of their team.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big part of like wherever he goes, but he
Yeah,
just
but-
gets a bit. He switches off
Yeah, I
sometimes in
think
like
so
the
too.
end of the season where it like really starts to matter. I think he gets hot too quick.
Yeah.
Can't keep that consistency, but yeah.
Players around. Who are yours?
All right, I've got Jack Bostock, of
Nice.
course, 4 tries, 1 match. I've got Herbie as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2 Dolphins.
I mean,
Nah, fair. They both. Yeah. They both.
it was a cricket tour game. There's going to be Dolphins players. Who do you?
Mine. Man, Adden again. Adden
Adam?
Fennell-Blake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair
Ex-Warrior. He's a gun. W for the weekend. Thank you.
Upcoming games to watch for this week. I'm going to go with Tigers Raiders.
Why?
Campbelltown Stadium. All right. It's our ghost town. We never win there.
Isn't
But
that your curse? ground?
yes, I feel like we're going to win this week against the Raiders. I've got a feeling we were robbed against Penrith. We're going to bounce back and we're going to beat the Raiders.
It's a big call.
I think the boys
It's a
can do
huge
it.
call.
And I
Raiders are-
think it'll
Raiders
be
are playing well too.
I think it'll be an entertaining entertaining game because against the Penrith Panthers, it was pretty neck and neck the whole time, considering they had all of their players
I know,
playing.
but this is Raiders. Raiders are in form and it's at your cursed grounds. Who are you missing that week?
Jerome will be playing, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure. Yeah,
okay.
Jerome will be playing. So I don't think we're missing anyone.
Okay.
No, I have faith. Hey, what's your game to watch?
I am looking out for Broncos, Sharks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why's
yeah.
that?
They're two teams kind of in the middle of the table. I feel like it'll be a good clash.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
a good little matchup. So we'll be looking out for them.
Looking forward to those games. Okay, now to our tipping comp. A quick shout out to B Mullins, who is again first place. And here, look at this strategy. He just got a perfect round.
Oi.
He was 1 out of 2 people that picked Titans out of our whole tipping comp. So B Mullins, smashing
He's got this
it, bro.
foresight, doesn't he?
Smashing it. Oh, I don't know how he did that. Excellent at second.
Nice.
Amelia at third. Woo! Excited now. State of Origin Game 2, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Predictions. What do you reckon coming into the second game? It is played at Perth, and the Blues, past 2 times we've played here, have absolutely embarrassed Queensland.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. Maybe it's their boogie town.
My head is telling me New South Wales, but I really want to see a decider here. So I'm gonna go Queensland.
Okay. Well, after seeing the first game, New South Wales should have won by plenty if they could convert and didn't
True.
make that mistakes. But again, it was a new halves pairing. I think we're going to see a more complete and less erratic Blues side when you've got Jerome Loy back in with Cleary. It's going to be more organised. You've got Luai, who's an actual 5'8", who can just go through the line whenever he wants, brings that spark. And our record here is great. I feel like we're going to win, but something's telling me these Queenslanders just don't give up, and I could see them just clinching a narrow victory. And they won't like win by a margin. Like I could see them winning by like a penalty goal or a field goal. Like
I hope so.
a dodgy call because, what happens.
I can't. If they rig it, I'd be okay with that.
I don't really
I want a
mind
decider.
either. I do like a decider. It brings more meaning to the game.
Okay, guys, that's us done for markets and matchups. Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure to lock in your tips for the BPC Footy Tipping Comp and tune in next week for more markets and footy insights.